Hi, everybody, and welcome to a special episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your hosts. I have an alias and I literally just forgot. The Green Ranger, Kyle Charles. So
Okay,
stupid.
right. And okay, well, mine's going to go way beyond yours then, I guess.
Go on then.
The Devil of Hell's Kitchen, CY Chung.
You know what's the worst thing about this? I had one planned out.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to use it. It's really cool. I'm going to use it the opposite to at the end. And I just blanked. Oh,
Right.
God.
Okay.
But, it's live, pal. It's not really live, but, go with the flow. Yeah, so
Right.
technically it is a special episode because we're just going to, have a random conversation between two friends and just see where it leads, you know. So, CY.
Yep.
You was a child at one point, right?
You what? Sorry?
You was a child, a kid.
Yeah.
At some point in your life. Right?
Yeah. I didn't come out. I didn't come out fully grown, nor was I cloned like Spider-Man, like Ben Reilly.
Or just appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Or like Vin Diesel, apparently.
Yeah, no, he was never born. He was just manifested.
Yeah. And then you know what? Then what he did, he manifested. So God took 6 days to create the Earth, right?
Yep.
Vin Diesel took 2 hours to create a universe.
Exactly.
Universe, but still.
Exactly. A universe which is more complex and greater than the actual universe we live in.
Because the laws of physics, as we always say, do not apply to that universe, especially to him.
They don't exist.
The man who created the universe, the God of that universe, has descended to the ground of that universe as well.
You know what? I reckon, that. Right, this is my speculation. I'll go back to my question in a minute. This is my speculation for the Fast and Furious universe. Like, it's going to conclude with you finding out that he's the god. And, 11 is them racing to the Big Bang because John Cena, who's his brother, is another god, but he wants to recreate the universe in his image. So they're going to drive down a time loop or whatever, time tunnel, whatever.
Yeah.
And the first person gets there gets to reset the universe or keep the universe as it is.
Or we say they rest their cars so fast they go backwards in time, and then the cars crash into each other, create the Big Bang, which then creates the world.
See, I hope that is it, because that's just so outlandish. And then you can easily just say, "Hey, the reboot is a reboot." It's
because they recreate the universe.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. See.
Oh, amazing stuff.
I should write that. Sorry. So, back to my initial question. Yeah. So you was a child, so was I.
Yeah.
So what was your craziest dream job as a child? Because we all think, hey, I want to be a spaceman or a psychologist or whatever, and some people go a bit beyond that.
You know what? Comic book artist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That would have been cool because I did illustration in university.
Yeah.
Shifted more towards the graphic design side.
Yeah.
But a comic book artist would have been cool. Yeah. Now think about it though. You when you're the one creating the story though, the writer has a hand in it.
Yeah.
When you're younger, then you think, oh. You pick up the comic book for its visuals.
Yeah.
So and then you don't follow the writer. So if the story's not good, you're like, oh, but the artwork's still good.
Yeah.
And then later on, when you realize you should probably be following the writers.
Yeah.
More than the artist.
But then sometimes the artist becomes the writer, and you get
Yeah. Some people can pull it off and do extremely well, and others. When they got free reign, they kind of get.
Yeah. Like. Rob Liefeld,
well,
he's
I don't want to say they need the editorial lockdown, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They need someone to reel them back in, but because they got free reigns, they're like, we could do anything.
Like we were saying before, if it looks good and it sells because it looks good, people get more control when they probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. So, but yeah, comic book artist. Yourself?
Oh, I thought he was gonna say something more like random. Um,
No. Um, no, because like I did pro wrestling training as not too long ago, so kind of no, but I knew that wouldn't have been a career anyways. That would have
yeah,
been just like something to do, like a hobby sort of thing.
yeah.
But yeah,
Because I had several weird like um dream jobs, which I obviously knew could never happen because they're
yeah,
just too outlandish. Like obviously, at a certain age, everyone wants to be like a scientist or whatever, so they can become Spider-Man or whatever. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure in you know when we started secondary school, I
yep.
remember I had to write a letter or something saying what I want to be when I grow up, or why I want to go to this school and want to excel in and whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember writing, I want to be a scientist so I
Okay.
can become Spider-Man.
All right.
So
Right.
I don't know how I got into our school in the end because of that. Shows they didn't read it.
Well, but yeah, that's the issue. There is
Yeah,
he didn't become Spider-Man because he was a scientist. The
no,
spider bit him. He just happened
exactly.
to be a scientific guy that it bit.
Yeah, but
So someone should have called you out right away. You say,
exactly.
boy, you got your history wrong.
You're not allowed in our school. You got that
Yeah.
wrong.
Oh no. Oh, you know what they? Now I'm gonna have to double check before I say this. Continue, but
Yeah.
I will. I want to double check something before I say it.
Okay. And then when I got to be like a teenager,
Yeah.
so say about 14 to about say 17, this went on for a while.
Yeah.
I got into like, you know, the Japanese and Korean culture and whatnot. And I saw like boy bands and American/European artists going over there and getting really big. So like at one point my dream was like to move to Japan and become like either a rapper or, even though I can't rap to save my life.
No, you know what there are though.
What?
Japan or China, or you know, in that you mean that general Asian area, right?
Yeah.
Because there are
Yeah.
ones that do actually get popular over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, like there's Mandarin rap artists which are black.
Yeah.
So it's like there's not a gimmick, but it's actually differentiates you from everyone else there.
Yeah.
So you know, it would have been I want to say helpful, but it would have definitely made you stand out.
Yeah. This is obviously back then as well. This is before you had like your like international stars like Big Bang and all that. So, you know, I could have went over there. And the only reason why I wanted to do this because I got into Dance Revolution, and there was a guy. He's an American guy who moved to Germany because of the army, and then he got really big in the Euro dance scene called Captain Jack, R.I.P. Anyway, he died, and then his songs got picked up for one of the Dance Revolution games, and then on a Euro mix, and then they put that onto a Japanese one, and he got huge over there.
Yeah,
and I was like, hey, this guy, he's my hero. I want to go and do that, and I like just wanted to do it. Never got around to it, obviously, but I should have, because I could be like huge in Japan right now with a mansion, you know, living in Shinjuku and all that.
Let me. So the thing I was referencing before,
I
don't know if you know about it, but there is actually a university course, the history of Batman, and there's another one that's at Glasgow Clyde College, the history of Batman, right?
Yeah.
And there's another one, the Canadian University, which offers the course, the science of Batman. Physical education class in the Dark Knight. I'm like, what? Wait, but the logic is this is the course how it will examine how the human body can be adapted and improved based on the metaphor of the Caped Crusader himself, which that one sounds logical. Like it's a okay. The title of the course is misleading, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the content of the course actually seems pretty viable.
It's you know, it sounds like they lure you in with the Batman part, and then
Yeah.
teach you like biology.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I do think I read another one,
Yeah.
which was like something about the mentality of Batman. You know, the character, how
Yeah.
got to what kind of sort of the history, but then the mindset of the Bruce Wayne character to become the Batman as well and stuff. I'm like, courses like this,
Yeah.
man, I could have aced this.
But you could have aced it, but you'd be spending loads of money, and then in the end, what are you gonna get from it?
Well, no. To be fair, I did my course, and yeah, okay, fair enough. I went into graphic design, but I don't think that was. I don't know how much credit I have to give my actual course for doing that.
Yeah. To be fair, a lot of those like uni and college courses and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I went to uni as well. I did marketing.
Yeah.
It didn't really help me in anything in life. You know, I got the uni experience.
Yeah.
But, you know, I know a lot of people who didn't go uni and got like really, really like amazing jobs. So
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the person.
Okay. So I've got a. It's still. I've got actually a story, but it actually diverts slightly from this. But you know how expensive university courses are.
Yeah.
Around the world, right?
Yeah.
And as men like me and you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say it's easier for some women than men.
Yeah.
Right. But so ladies can get certain jobs that men can't to fund their university courses.
Yeah.
Okay? You might know who I'm going to, so I'm going to head that direction now.
Okay.
You know the exotic dance clubs that men who are getting married usually go to?
Oh, strip clubs. Yeah.
Aye. You know, don't have children. What's the
All right. Oh no. Okay. But exotic sounds worse.
Okay. No, you think erotic. Erotic sounds worse. Exotic could be anything.
Oh, good point. Yeah, exotic, like an exotic bird. Yeah.
Okay. But we'll leave it at that, right?
Yeah.
So this story,
yeah,
may or may not have happened. I cannot confirm or deny, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But so I'm going to reference as though it did happen, though.
Okay.
Just to get my terminology correct.
Okay.
So a group of us were going to one of our buddies' stag do's.
Yeah.
In Europe somewhere.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so part of this was going to one of these exotic dance clubs with the ladies partially dressed. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, as your friends do,
yeah,
you get the ladies who go up to people and basically say, "Oh, do you want a private dance?" As
yeah.
you do, right?
Yeah.
So a group of us were there. I'd say about 5 of us, and so it was the main guy who was getting married, myself, and 3 other guys, and 3 or 4 other guys. They went off with their private selections.
Yeah.
Myself, I was like, it's a bit, kind of
reserved.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So when the ladies, they're persistent as well. These ladies.
Yeah, they are. I got a story about this as well.
They sit on your lap and they say, "Oh, do you want to like lay across your lap?" Like if you're sitting in the chair, they lay across your lap, right? Put their hand over your the back of your head, neck, and but because I'm smart like this, I was actually like, "Do you want to dance?" I'm like, "Oh no, I've got no money." You take out your wallet because you've moved your money elsewhere and like show an empty wallet. They move on. Oh, it's a shame, and then move on, right?
Yeah.
My dude who was going to get married, because I already said I haven't got money.
Yeah.
He can't use the same excuse, right? The ladies are being more persistent with him because you're gonna have friends that are gonna pay for him anyways.
Yeah.
So I tried to save him from these persistent females by saying, no. This dude he's gay. He's just coming to here for us, for the friends, because they were giving him funny looks.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh no. He's not interested in ladies. Just for the group of the guys who are, we just do these things.
Yeah.
And you know how we're like, you get that look where you're like, okay, is that true?
Yeah, like prove it.
Excuse? Or I don't want to really call you out on it, but all right. So the ladies kind of walk away to the bartender and they point at us, and I'm like, me and my friend are like, they're gonna throw us out for wasting their time. What are they doing? What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Like, do we just turn them down and they just want to like get these people away from us or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Not wasting our time. We need to make our money or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So the bartender, walks up to us and we're thinking, oh no, we're in trouble. Now, the way we're sitting, he's walking towards my friend because he's the main guy, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sitting to the side. I'm like sitting to the side of him, but I'm kind of shifting away from him now.
Yeah.
Because if he's gonna get blasted, I'm not gonna be in.
You don't want to be a part of it.
Direct,
yeah,
exactly. So the dude walks up to my friend,
yeah,
and then what he does, like, so obviously, you can imagine where, like, when you sit it down and when someone's standing up, where your eye level's at, right?
Yeah.
So then the dude walks up to my friend, pretty close, and he starts ripping off his trousers. His snap! Starts dancing in front of him. Swinging this banana hammock at the guy, and we're like, oh no, this is even worse.
You just ruined his life, dude.
Yeah, so he's looking at me, my friend looking at me like he wants to melt me with Superman heat vision, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not to laugh, but laugh at the same time. And he's just getting this male strip dance. Oh yeah, just basically let out. Yeah, he dude's just like getting close to rubbing over my friend, putting his hands on the guy so he doesn't get too close. And then the guy takes his shirt off, takes his tie, takes his waistcoat and all that stuff. Doing like the booty shake, the slut drop. And we were like, oh my goodness. And the guy just reached down to his G-string, starts pulling. And my friend's like, no, that's enough. The guy stops where he is.
Yeah.
And then he pulls his G-string out a little bit and he does like, the come hither motion.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, and my friend's like looking at me. I'm like, no, I don't think he wants you to put his hands down there. He wants you to put the cash in his G-string. Right? You got to pay the dude. Like, oh, all right. So he just kind of like starts putting his money towards the guy's butt area.
Yeah.
And the guy just grabs his hand and rubs it all over his butt. We're like, oh no!
Why?
Oh, yeah. So, and as our friends coming out from their private dances, just kind of turned back in and asked the girls for another dance because they were like, "What have I walked into?"
Like,
walk away.
I didn't agree to this.
Yeah.
I need to leave.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we laugh about it now.
Yeah, but obviously at the time,
back then, it weren't funny. It weren't funny for him, anyways.
No, you just like ruined his day. Like, like you as well. I have been to one of those places.
Yeah. In London or out of London?
In London.
The one in Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus area.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rhino, yeah.
Yeah. No, I went to Platinum Lace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would.
Is it because of the plastic that was everywhere?
No, it just
saying the vibe and the atmosphere wasn't.
It just felt weird and like I just felt dirty afterwards.
Oh, that's the thing. I guess when you when you haven't been there, you're like, oh, yeah, let's see it's in all the films and all the stuff, right? Cool atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
But when you step in, it's
a completely different thing.
It's different.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, this is gonna be amazing. I was looking forward to it. Got there, and then drinks and stuff. So we had drinks, whatever, and then I wanted to feel like a big man. I was like, all right, let me get a private dance, and then got the private dance and just felt weird.
Yeah.
And like the woman was talking to me like, "Oh, where you from?" Blah blah blah. I was like, "Yeah, I'm from here." Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then had a good conversation with her, but like the whole dance just felt good.
Yeah. I don't think it didn't live up to expectations.
No,
but I guess what it is it's as they say, because as we've done wrestling, there's a similarity between wrestling and being an exotic dancer, where you sell people a fantasy, and the reality is not on the same level.
Yeah.
So, but that's why they say strippers and wrestlers kind of do get along very well.
Yeah, because it's the same sort of business in a way. Like
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
you're selling someone a experience.
Yeah,
That
and
they're
a very expensive experience.
Yeah.
In both contexts sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. I know what you kind of mean. It's just not. It's not the. It was what you're expecting, but not what you wanted to a degree.
Basically. And like I respect strippers. Like they're making their money.
Well, first of all, to dancing in poles, yeah,
It's an art.
Yeah. Well, no, first of all, you gotta respect the ab, like the core strength you need to do that, and how your coordination. So
yeah,
because realistically, for me, well, I don't know about yourself, right? Because you do gymnastics,
but I have no.
If you're able to told us to get on get on the pole and do like the turns and rotations and stuff like the strength you must have to do that. We might fall on our faces when we go upside down. So you got to say it is a risky business.
Yeah. So you got to give it to him.
Yeah.
And so got it, and then I just sat back at the booth we had, and was like, "That's the quickest 40 quid I spent my whole life for 3 minutes or whatever it is." So then I'm just sitting there, just contemplating my life to that point.
That's not even including the drinks that you bought.
No, that was just for the dance. That was for the dance.
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't drink, right? I'm like CM Punk.
Yeah.
Are you straight?
No.
Okay, but what do? You drink, and you take the prescription medications, right? And
no, well, depends. Well, prescription. Like if I've got antibiotics, yeah, I'll take that, but I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no, I don't drink or smoke.
Yeah, no smoke.
Drugs, right?
No.
But that's because I find that first of all, drinks are expensive, right?
Yeah, they are.
Stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
Once you start getting drunk, you start spending more money on drink.
If you're a lightweight, no, but
yeah, but like £7 for like you say a bottle of a martini glass of something,
Yeah, or it could be more. Depends who you go. Yeah.
Exactly. The bars, they're making money from you. Like, crazy money. So that's why I don't spend my money on drink. It just gets more and more crazier and crazier. But then I've got to say as well, I don't take medication because it's like, well, look, this is my logic. If your body's in pain,
yeah,
you shouldn't be doing something. So masking the pain, you're only going to make it worse for yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't smoke obviously because actually, you know what? As a kid, I think I had asthma.
Yeah.
So none of these stuff would help me if I did do it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make my condition worse.
Yeah.
I have mild asthma or something like that. Nothing now because I can run and all that stuff. So I want to say I fell out of it or something, but none of the other GPs or doctors or anything pointed that out ever since. Then. So it just seems to not. I don't want to say if it naturally can disappear or anything like that. It just hasn't been an issue.
Yeah.
For anything. Since. So that's that's that.
Oh, so you're straight edged.
Yeah.
Huh. So that's you don't take like painkillers or anything. Say you had a surgery and you had to take it, you wouldn't take them.
Okay, funny enough you point that out.
Yeah.
When I broke my ankle,
yeah,
they did give me painkillers. Well, so sometimes in the night I have these random nosebleeds. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I've had it since I was a kid as well.
Yeah.
So they gave me like medical thinners.
Yeah.
So that your swelling doesn't clot.
Yeah.
I had to start refusing them because I'm like, if I have a nosebleed in the middle of the night and it's thinned out, the blood's thinned out, it's gonna be an issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
But they told me to take the painkillers, so I took the painkillers. But then so they tried to show me how to walk up like stairs with crutches.
Yeah.
just to be, okay, to be fair, there are two different kind of crutches. You know, the ones that go under your armpit,
Yeah.
the ones that go around your elbows,
Yeah.
right? But logically, you can work out how to do it, so they don't need the lesson, right?
Yeah. It's kind of
But
self-explanatory.
I was in a catheter, right?
Yeah.
The lady was trying to get me to get off the bed with the catheter
Yeah.
and go upstairs. I'm like, no, because if this thing slips out of me, I'm screwed completely.
Yeah.
But as I was getting off the bed, anyways, they gave me I had to have the morphine.
Yeah.
And it didn't really feel anything, like less pain or anything like that. But I had to get the morphine to get off the bed. And then when we decided it wasn't going to be practical to walk up the stair, like to go to the location, to the stairs, at the wells, I was like, just took the morphine to get back on the bed.
Yeah.
It didn't really make a huge difference,
Yeah.
Finally got the thing out, and then she showed me. Then she was like, "Wheelchair you over. We'll go down the stairs," which is like, okay, it's easily done.
Yeah.
They gave me when I left the hospital, they gave me painkillers, but I never took any. I just gave them to my sister. Said, "Here you go." Like, I don't think I'm going to be taking any of this. Yeah. So, like, if it's a doctor prescribed thing, that's fair enough. But I just like I was saying, if it's pain, there's pain for a reason. Obviously, I'm going to know the reason of if it's a broken ankle or whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get addicted. Not to say it's easily addicted. You get easily addicted, but you just want to start with pain and just start numbing the pain, and then continually have to keep the pain at bay. Because as you know, pro wrestlers.
It's an easy road to go down, like addiction. Yeah. Because I know a lot of people get confused about strange edge, because some people think, like the no drugs. They're like, so you wouldn't take anesthesia or whatever when they're doing an operation. You're like, the door, you have to.
Well, yeah, they mean recreational drugs.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people don't understand that. That's what they mean. They just think they mean drugs in general. Like, no, it doesn't. You're stupid for thinking that, because if you're getting like an operation, you got to go under. You have to go under. They're not gonna let you be awake while they like cut into your meniscus or whatever.
Have you heard the stories or read the stories of people that have not been put under properly? I don't want to say it could be an issue of different things. Yeah. The people that are awake during the surgeries when they're getting cut, and they can't. I've heard about them. Their body's numb, so they can't react. They're screaming like mentally. Yeah. That's nasty, man. I wouldn't want to be caught in those situations.
Because I've had something close to that. I remember years ago, I had I got a fill-in from like a dentist, and then it was in my mouth like years and years and years. And then one day I just woke up, my face was swollen. Didn't think anything of it. Wasn't told to work. Someone said, "What's wrong with your face?" And what do you mean? Then I found half my face is swollen. I went to a doctor. They went, "Yeah, no, that's something to do with your tooth." So I went to a dentist, and they said, "Yeah, whoever put this filling in did it wrong because it's infected, all this stuff." Like, okay, yeah, pretty bad. So he goes, "I'll take it out for you now." I'm like, "Yeah, thank you." So we go, "Oh, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to numb your jaw with the injection, all that." So yeah, cool, all right, do it. And then so he's done that, and then he started drilling into my tooth. I could feel everything. I was like, "Yeah, it hurts." What do you mean? When it hurts, all right, let's give you some more. Gave me some more. Nothing. Yeah. So I literally had to sit there while he took out the filling and put a new filling and just enjoy the pain.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. Literally, I was crying tears. And he goes,
how did he keep you stable so you didn't move? Like, because it's a reactionary thing.
Yeah, like the first couple of times I jolted, then you just like mind over body. I was like, okay, I need to just hold this in so I can get this fixed. So I literally just like hands gripping into like the side of the chair, just crying and trying not to just. And he goes, "Are you sure you can?" I was like,
"Yeah." You laugh about it now, but that's serious stuff.
Yeah, no, it was the worst. Yeah, literally just tears. I could taste the blood, the drip. Yeah, it wasn't.
And the doctor was saying what exactly? Like, what? How did he react to any of this?
He was just like, "I respect you for going through all that." I was like, "It's this, or it's gonna have like constant pain."
Was his reaction basically I see. I've been in this situation so many times. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, basically, he said it's rare, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Because like, it's the first time that he's had it happen to him in a while. It's like,
Yeah.
yay, I'm glad I'm that guy, I guess. While crying, and the
Oh,
nurse always rubbing.
that,
And as the nurse just rubbed my arm, going, "It's be okay, it'll be okay." I was like,
yeah.
"How much longer?"
Have you But you've never been in hospital, so I was going to ask you if you
No.
ever been put under like a anesthesia.
Yeah, I
And
have.
woke up in somewhere else.
Yeah, last year was it the year before? Basically,
Okay, let me just quickly do mine, and then we'll go to yours.
yeah, yeah,
Because I didn't think you had been in hospital, I wasn't gonna. But it's when they put me under for my operation.
yeah,
They took me to the point where they were going to do it, and they put the thing on your mouth and said, "Count backwards," and then all of a sudden,
lights out.
It's like maybe a day and a half later or whatever. I don't know, because I was out of it. Back in the ward, back in exactly where I was positioned before. I'm like, oh, all right. But they asked about your body weight.
Yeah.
So they give you a proportional amount according to how much you weigh.
Yeah.
But what it does, obviously, is cut off your ability to urinate. They do tell you not to eat beforehand. Like, not too much liquid and stuff like that the day before. 8 hours before, something like that.
Yeah.
But you're saying you had a anesthesia something, but not hospital related?
Yeah. Well, no, it was hospital. Right. It was a minor surgery because, right, basically, I have an extra tooth.
A what?
I have an extra tooth. Like randomly in my mouth.
What? Sorry?
An extra tooth.
A what?
Tooth. You know, teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
An extra tooth.
Yeah, an extra tooth.
What is that? Well, no, I heard it, but I'm like, what is it? What is it? Is what I meant.
Like a tooth in your mouth.
All right.
Teeth.
A necro tooth, though, like
an extra one.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Okay, here's the thing, right? I thought you said necro tooth.
Oh no.
And I thought, okay, so you got a dead, detached tooth in your mouth somewhere that's not got veins or nerves or what?
Oh, we'll come to that.
What?
It sort of has something to do with that.
No, but you meant an extra tooth.
Yeah, an extra.
That makes sense.
All and then, so one day I just went dentist. Like, you have one extra tooth. What can you do about it? Oh no, it's fine. But the tooth in front of it needs to get rid of anyway. So we'll pull that out, and you could push that tooth into that place. I was like, oh, if it happens, it happens. And he goes, but while doing that, the X-ray, we found out that one of your wisdom teeth isn't growing straight; it's growing into your other teeth, like sideways in your jaw.
Oh wait. So is it just pushing into it, or is it actually growing from the inside of it to the outside?
It's growing into it rather than outside. So what that's doing is created like a air bubble, which has got a cyst in it now because of all that. And the other wisdom tooth because it hasn't fully grown properly, it's decaying. I was like, oh great. So we got to take those two out, but then we got to take the ones on top out as well, because if not, they got nothing to rest on. They're gonna fall through, and that'd be painful. I was like, okay, so you're gonna get all 4 teeth removed, all 4 wisdom teeth removed. Like, yeah, cool, all right. So had to go and get them. I had to wait like a year while I was on the list or whatever. So had to go to a anesthesiast expert. So that's when they take your weight and say, okay, you're gonna need this amount. Are you allergic to anything? All that jazz. So 2 months later, got your operation, and like you said, it's funny. You go into the room in like your gown, or whatever it is, and that weird underwear they give you. And and the whole, oh, how you doing? Oh, fine. I want you to count down from 10. And as soon as you say 10, you're just out anyway.
Yeah.
And you just wake up, and you're like, oh, I've been asleep for like 4 hours. Where has that time gone?
Yeah.
But
that's I mean, it's a strange feeling.
It is.
So you didn't have? I guess you. How long did you say? 4 hours, right?
It could have been less. I might just have made it up. But yeah.
No, I would say you didn't have the issue of unable to use the toilet afterwards.
Nah, because as soon as I woke up, I just went toilet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they were saying to me, yeah, people have issues.
Yeah.
Because of the anesthesia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you just gotta try and hold out. Well, I say you gotta hold out as long as possible, right? But basically, you start feeling full bladder, but you can't do anything about it. And you try to go, and then eventually you're like,
this hurts.
It's too much. You gotta just do what you gotta do. Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I wouldn't advise it at the same time. Though, if you have to, you have to.
Yeah, if you have to, you have to.
Do not do it for fun. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. If you do it for fun, you're weird.
Yeah.
But each to their own, I guess. Some people enjoy that. Oh, I don't know. No judgments from me.
Yeah, some people like pain.
Yeah, I'm not one of them. But
we might be veering to a more unsafe area.
Yeah,
I guess we kind of continue as we start, right? I mean, okay.
Full circle.
Yeah. Okay. So, what would you say? What's the highest level of? That's the highest level of pain you've ever felt in that case, right?
Yeah.
All right. Because I have to say, when I broke my ankle, I didn't feel any pain.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So, this is something we didn't actually get onto before.
No.
But it also is wrestling as well.
Yeah.
I broke my ankle, and it didn't feel anything really. Not numbness, I'm just saying, but it's like I didn't feel a huge amount of pain steering from there to there.
Yeah.
However, it's funny because when you're wrestling, or when you watch people wrestling, they sell when they're not hurt, right? Or as safe as the landing can be, right?
Yeah.
But they over exaggerate what the pain.
Yeah.
However, you'll notice that when they legit get hurt, they just kind of it's like underselling.
Yeah. You're trying to bring attention to it.
Something's odd because they're not being pantomime about it.
Yeah.
But that's when offhand, I think where Jushin Liger tried to do a baseball slide underneath someone and he caught his feet wrong and snapped his ankle, and he just kind of grabbed his ankle, but he didn't do the roll about football,
Yeah.
So you'll notice that it's an odd one because you're thinking if you're in pain, like a movie, you do movie theatrics.
Yeah.
Sort of.
But
go on. No, I was gonna go. You go on first, and then I'll.
I was gonna say it sort of it depends who the wrestler is, I guess, because like that time when Sin Cara popped out his thumb, and he made like a big thing about it, but then when Triple H like tore his whole like quad, you didn't notice until the end when he had to get like he'd done a whole match, and then we had to sort of get helped out. You're like, oh, something's not right.
Same with John Cena when he got his nose broken by Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Like, now to be fair, that's probably painful. Might be, someone just shattered your face to a degree.
Yeah.
But he undersold it.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't making a fuss about it or anything like that.
Nah.
It was like I mean, he came back and he, for the moment, what he did was hit him as like he started throwing those punches, but those safe punches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you would have already thought if he, because he had all right to be completely angry at that point and just throw and he's John Cena who could get away with just throwing bombs at and hurting Seth Rollins. Right, but he threw those very safe punches to keep people in the moment.
Yeah.
He kind of reacted as a person would if they got hit like that, but he knew how safe to be. Because he wasn't throwing the punches that Seth Rollins' face, is just clubbing him kind of with his forearm area across like meaty areas of Seth Rollins. So he probably gave him a couple of receipts, but nothing too
obvious. Like when Brock Lesnar legit nearly knocked out Braun Strowman.
Yeah, that okay. Now for people that don't know what a receipt is in pro wrestling, if you get hurt, if you get hit, and someone like actually makes more contact than they should, right?
Yeah.
The other person can feel obliged to, deal them back some damage. Now, I personally don't, because accidents do happen.
Yeah.
Other people do, but then it's just more of those things like, you've given me one, I've given you one, we're all square and even.
Yeah.
And you just kind of let it roll and let it slide.
Yeah.
But if you've actually hit a person accidentally too many times, stiff, they are going to hit you back at some point, just to let you know, cool it down, or stop doing that particular thing.
Yeah, like, dude, stop.
Yeah. So that's what receipts are, and yeah, like you say, when it was Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, and Kane in the Royal Rumble. What year was that?
2016? 15. No,
Okay.
wait, no, 15 was. I think 2016.
Yeah. So you could see like Braun gave Brock a knee.
Yeah.
And it made impact, right? And Brock later on just basically I think he was it a shot. He gave him a shot to double over Braun Strowman, a light kind of shot, because he wanted to line him up perfectly for like a punch in the face, in the door, right? But not knock him out. He knew enough to throw. He threw enough power behind him. Where you like, ooh,
yeah.
That was a message sent there.
It's like if he wanted to, he could have just legit killed him then.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's like, no one wants to see them actually legit fight, because they're two beastly looking men.
Yeah.
So they probably would be wary of fighting each other, even though boxers, probably just, we would have to take it to the ground and start doing the MMA style ground and pound and wrestle him down. But you don't want to throw.
You don't want to see that
in that sort of situation.
Yeah.
But what I was going to bring up before was what other sports do you watch? Do you watch football like most people do? It'd be soccer in America.
I'm not that much of a fan of the old kickball. No.
Yeah. Well, okay, this is my perspective and opinion on it, right?
Yeah.
I do like the occasional match sometimes.
Yeah, I watch it. If it's like World Cup, I'll watch that because it's important.
But when you're paying these guys so much each week, and all I'm seeing sometimes is rich people falling about on the floor, flailing, as though they're hurt. I'm like, if I want to see people react to injuries that didn't happen, I'll watch wrestling.
Yeah,
because that's what they're meant to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, not to say our footballers haven't got skill enough in that, but when you see them and they're just like winking at the camera afterwards or something like that, there was one I saw, Rivaldo, I believe it was, in the World Cup.
Yeah.
He was at the corner and he was waiting for the ball to come to, he was waiting for the ball to get kicked towards him so he can take the corner kick.
Yeah.
Because the opposition had it and it was offside.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out of the area. So then one guy kicked the ball towards him, right? Hit his shin, right? But because the referee wasn't looking, the guy grabbed his face and fell down.
Yeah, I've seen that clip.
And then there was the other one where two football managers, I can't remember, but I think it was in the Premiership League.
Yeah.
And they're shouting at each other, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, one guy grabs his face and falls over, right? And the other manager looks at him.
Yeah.
And he grabs his own face and falls over as well. And then, like, what, you idiots? And I think they both got sent off. Like, even though they weren't the players, the referee was like, enough of your shenanigans. You guys are just going to watch from the benches.
Yeah.
I was like, that made me laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of stuff that put me off football. Like, I don't want to sound like one of them old people, like saying, back in the day when I was a kid, footballers actually, made an effort. Which, don't get me wrong, footballers are great. Like, all respect to them for doing what they're doing, being the peak at their game. But when you're doing stuff like that, it just
I mean, look, they are athletes at the end of the day as well as pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
But when you start doing stuff that draws bad attention to you guys, that doesn't make you. I don't know, for the money that they're getting, like, pro wrestlers put on so much physicality.
Yeah.
And proportional to the money that, let's say, people like football are making, you're like, oh, their injury rates are higher.
Yeah.
However, I know that popularity wise, football is everywhere.
Yeah.
So okay, money wise, yeah, okay, kind of, yeah, but yeah, they don't need to pretend to be act injured if they're not.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be sensible as to what you're getting paid for. I mean, like the amount of eyes that are, looking at you.
Yeah. Because, like, I know I'm going to probably take flack for saying this as well, but, like, when you watch the Women's World Cup and you see how those women are playing, you see, like, some of, like, blood dripping down their face and stuff, and they're still going, but a Premier League footballer get, like, slide tackled, not properly, like, person will, like, slide tackle in front of them and they will fall down like they got shot with a shotgun rolling around. They're like, really?
Let me ask you. So, when you say you've seen the Women's World Cup, did you watch how much have you watched of women's football?
The last couple of times they've actually like shown the Women's World Cup. Things like
okay. Now this is a proportional money thing, but as you know, the men are going to make way more than the women, right? Because the male footballers is more widespread, right?
Yeah.
But you're saying the women actually are probably tougher?
Yeah.
In the sense that, okay, they get paid so little, but they're kind of like, in proportion, they have to earn their legitimacy, so to speak, to the degree.
Yeah, that's why obviously they're doing it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, not that, okay, so when you get paid more, do you start thinking people be a bit more outlandish? Ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true. I mean,
no. All the credit to the women, like you're saying.
Yeah.
They
don't get me wrong.
They paid as much, and they're probably working.
Twice
I want to say harder, if not just as hard, if not harder.
Yeah.
That's only because they need to draw eyes to their product as well.
Don't get me wrong. If they were getting the same pay as like the male footballers, they're probably doing the exact same thing.
Oh, they could. They may or may not. It depends, though, because if you're, the stigma is right.
Yeah.
To certain sexes, right? Is men are quote unquote tough and women are effeminate.
Yeah.
But that here in the world of football, as we're saying, what we see, I mean, these women will top out, to a certain degree. But let's just say maybe, some of them, will when if they start getting paid more money, so that's more widespread, they may just start acting similar to the men.
Yeah.
But at this point where it's early in ladies football, I think they're gonna not go to that route.
Yeah. Which makes it, to me, more entertaining to watch.
Well, okay. Do you ever see ice hockey?
Yeah.
Now, you know that Canadian ice hockey, by the way, I'm just going to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You know that it seems like to me that most people pay to see the fights rather than the actual sport.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are engrossed in it, but other people, they come here to see, the
blood and violence. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not the same, is it? Because if you want to see people fight, you should pay to watch UFC-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just a combination of, I want to see a bit of sport and a bit of violence. And I say that because, and I'm going into like a slight little laugh because I was just about to lead into Lingerie Football League, I guess.
Oh yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
Have you seen any?
I tried to, and I was like, "This is."
You know what? No jokes as well. I also tried to.
Yeah.
But they just like. Not sure what I'm getting into. I like American football first of all.
Yeah.
We're not versed in it.
Oh, I am. I watch American football. I actually enjoy it. It took me a while to actually understand what was going on, but I enjoy it now.
So I just kind of like didn't really. Yeah. They have done lingerie cage fighting as well.
What is the point?
Yeah. Do you know who cheerleader Melissa is?
Yeah.
She done lingerie cage fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. the
Oh
pro
wow.
wrestler. Raisha Saeed, was she in
Yeah,
TNA?
yeah,
Yeah, I think she was one of. She did it under a different name or something like that. I think not to defame or expose. I can't remember. I think I saw it somewhere. Though I could be mistaken. Cover my own back. But I think they ones. There's actually a YouTube highlight clip, and I
yeah,
think I don't know how legit it is because obviously now, okay, if you're someone like Ronda Rousey or Gina Carano or whatever, right?
yeah,
You're you're a legit cage fighter.
yeah,
But then they kind of graduate away from that because they realize some of their name brand is the setting, and if you're going to be looking bruised and beaten up or whatever after your fights,
yeah,
whether you win or lose, it's going to be awkward. I think that's probably why Gina Carano shifted to do movies because it's like
yeah,
that's why I have to beat up. But secondly, my face is going to be my selling point. I can't have it. I can't walk around doing it takes 6 months to recover to do a film. My
yeah.
face is beaten up. I don't blame Ronda Rousey from shifting from MMA
No, she thought about
to
it in the long
WWE.
term, innit? Really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense though. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, the lingerie cage fighter, whatever it is, I think they have the same theme kind of going on, where it's cooperative to a degree, but they're not going to uglify each other.
yeah. So
Maybe it's
basically, no punches to the
unspoken.
face.
Yeah, it's like an unspoken handshake agreement. Like
Yeah,
aim for the parts that I mean, so I could do my calendar shoot afterwards or
yeah,
something like that, you know?
yeah. I get that, but I just
Uh,
don't get the point of.
have you seen, speaking of American football, have you seen certain clips where this one dude just German suplex another guy
Yeah,
straight up? Like they do dangerous stuff there in the so the American football guys with their helmets and their padding and stuff like that. It's just like you don't need to wrench a guy off the ground and drop him on his head. That's not particularly safe.
no, it's
To
not
be fair, you're
friendly.
gonna have the legit strength to be able to do that, right? But you don't need to.
No, it's
Uh,
extra.
the UK rugby or
Yeah,
Australian rugby, right?
yeah,
They don't know none of that, and they keep each other kind of relatively safe.
yeah,
One time I was told, speaking of footballers, and you know how we're talking about how pantomime some of these guys could get, but some of them tried to stomp in each other's legs and actually break ankles and everything.
yeah,
So there was a saying that rugby is the thugs sport played by gentlemen,
yeah,
and football is the gentleman's sport played by thugs.
yeah. But you look at it, it's right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? I can't disagree with some of the logic there.
Yeah,
But then again, it might just be because football is more in the public eye. So when they start doing stuff like this, I think years ago,
yeah,
Ian Wright and Schmeichels were having Ian Wright from Arsenal and Schmeichels were from Man United were having a bit of a beef.
yeah,
And Schmeichels went to catch the ball, like slide kick the ball out of because it was coming towards his area in the goalkeeper's box. So he went to do a slide kick to kick it out because he couldn't
yeah.
handle the ball. And Ian Wright ran and jumped up to double stump the guy's legs.
Oh wow.
Oh, that was not necessary. That's completely out of order.
Yeah, 'cause that's career. That could be career ending. So that's
Yeah. Yeah, that's why all these guys, I mean, you're taking a man's livelihood away, essentially.
yeah. That's not cool. It's not cool at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So that's that.
Yeah. Speaking of hockey, have you actually watched the hockey game in person?
No.
Ice hockey. Oh,
Have you?
yeah. It's really weird. Like when I went to New York the second time, or it might be
Yeah.
the first time, I can't remember. Tim really wanted to go see hockey. I was like, why do you want to see hockey?
Why? Because he wanted to see the fights, or just
No, because for some reason when we got there, every morning I wake up, he was watching ESPN News or whatever, and then we're having hockey games. I'm like, why are you watching this? This is so boring. He's like, no, hockey's sick. Hockey's sick. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then
said it, by the way, exactly as Tim would say.
yeah, that's how he said. And then he talked me and Mayor into going. So Mayor found cheap tickets to I think it's the Islanders, whatever. We went to
random. hockey match you got decided to go to?
Yeah, because they were playing
Okay.
that night, and where Mayers was living,
Yeah.
the Barclays Centre was literally a walk away. So we
Yeah.
walked to it. Got there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hockey sick, hockey sick." By the first half, we left
Yeah.
because like every 5 minutes they will stop for an advert on TV and literally
Oh,
stop the
really?
game. Yeah, literally stop the get
Yeah.
the Zamboni, clean off the ice, whatever, and then go back.
Right.
And like it just got irritating. So me and Mel was like, "Nah, man, we've got to leave. This is rubbish." So we
Yeah. Yeah.
left. So
Yeah.
then 2 years later, my friend was telling me it's a local hockey team to us.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, oh, it's only like £5 to go. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Went. And it was so much better because
Oh, really?
it didn't have that stupid stop and start crap. I was like, oh, I can't.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been a fan. I've bought merch for them. If all this wasn't going on, I'll be watching their game every other Sunday because they would play at home every other Sunday.
Okay. Speaking of stuff sports that you've seen that you kind of, all right, not to say you didn't get into, but you kind of like it was better than you expected to be.
Yeah.
You know when you went to Japan?
Yeah.
Did you see sumo wrestling?
No, I wanted to, but I never got around to.
Sorry?
I wanted to, but we just never got around to doing it.
It's actually quite entertaining once you get into it. I mean, oh yeah, okay, it's kind of rounds are a bit short, kind of like basically all of Honda's moves literally are what they do. Like, you know, when okay, not they can float around, but you know when they put their head down to launch forward, torpedo attack.
Yeah.
The Hunter attack where they just keep pushing each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's actually technique to it and stuff like that. There was one guy who was kind of okay, so they're all kind of big, right?
Yeah.
But they kind of use size advantage, but they're big for the sake of being big sometimes. One guy was stocky though. He was big, but he was like powerlifter style big. So he just literally wrenched these other guys up from with their wrestling sumo trunks or wherever they are.
Yeah.
And just lifted them up and put them outside. And he was shorter than them, but he was stockier. But then you see bigger beast white guys as well.
Yeah. Very huge in Japan for both reasons.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah. Have you ever seen? So someone did a YouTube video Dragon Ball Z sumo wrestling.
No, I haven't seen.
So what they did was when they start doing all the attacks, they do the lightning attacks and stuff like add the special effect to it. The pauses, the name of the moves and stuff like that. And when they held each other, when he was about to throw the guy out of the ring, held each other, jumped into space. Crashed into the earth. Then finally threw the guy out. That's when he tumbled and threw the guy out of the ring, and then the guy continued to tumble, and then you KO and stuff like that.
Oh snap!
So outlandish. And it made it more enjoyable, but that's because it made it more fun rather than But sumo wrestling is actually quite what's the word I'm looking for?
Entertaining.
Yeah, well, no, that's not it. But it's intriguing to watch.
Okay, because one of my friends a couple of months ago, he sent me like a compilation of knockouts from sumo wrestling, and I watched the first couple. I was like, "This is insane! How
do you knock someone out from sumo wrestling?"
I don't know. If I find the video, I'll send it to you.
But weird. Did their head hit the ground and then they
got from slaps?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't think the aim was to knock someone out.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, you get him out the ring.
Yeah.
Didn't know you could knock someone out in it to win.
You get them out the ring or make them take a front bump or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Not, lie them flat.
Yeah.
Or something. Because there's the one that's... Okay, there's a move they do, which, people frown upon. But basically... if you go to lock up with someone in sumo wrestling, and as they charge forward, you kind of slap their head down.
Yeah.
And they fall flat.
Yeah.
That counts with you. But it's like that's like cherry tapping, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
When you like punch, block damage and stuff like that. So people kind of don't really like to do it. I mean, they don't like it when people do it.
It's just It's like you said, it's weird when you found out this stuff. Like, oh, okay, it shows a new light of stuff I didn't know.
Yeah.
Always learning.
Yeah. But Okay, so
And we had to cut this episode there because it ran way, way over. So this is just a little outro saying I'm Carl Charles and my co-host CY is somewhere. And we will carry us on in part 2 of our extremely long random discussion. Hope you all enjoy it and thanks for taking a trip around the multiverse with us.